Most High. Big up all of the mothers that do them daily. Big up all of the fathers that do them daily. And big up all of the youths who honor them parents. It's Kush-I in the 1-2 beat. Who is your favorite television detective and why? Answers in the comments section if you're listening on YouTube. Maybe they're funny. Something unidentified about them appeals to you. Or maybe they make you feel safe in a world that increasingly does not feel so. You ever find yourself scrolling on social media and you come across a warm, smiling face of a person whose life has been ended suddenly? Or worse still, planned to be ended. Stabbed in a heartless frenzy that further shames humanity for its talk of compassion. Humanity's actions in these situations conveys a deep-seated, unending hatred, which is, for the most part, based on superficial things, momentary things, a phase-type things that pass. And as you read the saddening post, sharing news of someone's callous murder many moons ago, or someone murdered recently, their face still beaming life, but you know they're gone. Like I'm sure you feel helpless. Today, I have the pleasure of sharing a reasoning with a man who too has felt helpless hearing of fatal stabbings, but has found within him a means of offering hope. Courtney Knifeman Barrett is a right-to-life campaigner, I words, not his, who has livicated his life to educate, prevent, and offer ways out to persons contemplating killing another soul. So give him your attention as we sit and reason about his journey, motivation, and get an insight into Courtney Knifeman Barrett. And heartfelt condolences to anyone who's had a family member murdered. You know the pain, man. You know the pain. Greetings. Yes, man, you can hear me?
Go for it.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, I have to give thanks that you're willing to give your time to do this reasoning.
Yeah, man, of course, man.
Okay, so how do you want me to address you?
They call me the Knife Man, Courtney Barrett.
The Knife Man, Courtney Barrett, and just
so when you announce me, the Knife Man, Courtney Barrett, just call me Courtney.
Okay, and just for the listeners, when this is released, it's not because you're a knife man, but we will get into that as we talk. So tell us about like some of your early memories, your childhood memories.
My childhood memories, I was growing up, I lived in a white area. There was this thing that, every day you would get pulled over because of your colour. And that was my early years, as far as living in the community, as far as police are concerned, and then kind of thing. Knife crime when I was growing up, it was unheard of for me. It wasn't a word. Knife crime, there was nothing like that going on as far as I was concerned. I'm sure there were stabbings going on, but it was not. It wasn't even anywhere near today's level.
Okay. So you're talking primary school age that you never had no real issues. You grew up in a basically a stable home, and in your environment, these types of
in
crimes
primary
weren't
school,
known.
people had fights. We had fights. There was
Mm-hmm.
no knives. No one
Yeah.
ever even imagined bringing a knife to a fight when I was a kid in school. You know,
Yeah.
it was not a thing.
Yeah. How would that have been viewed?
Pardon?
If you did bring a knife to a fight, how would it be looked at when you was coming
When
out?
I was in school, if you brought a knife to a fight, you would probably have ended up on the news. You know,
Eh?
because it was a rare thing when I was in school. Like I said,
Okay.
you had fights, but if you brought a knife to the school, you'd be seen as a crazy person.
Okay.
You know, that's how it would have been when I was in school. You would have been seen as some crazy nutter, you know.
Yeah.
And the police would have been swiftly involved, and you would have probably gone to possibly gone to mental institutions and stuff like that. When I was in primary school, if you had a knife and was trying to stab anyone, it wasn't a thing then. You know, nobody really knew about that kind of thing, and it wasn't a thing that anyone that used to happen really.
And throughout your high school experience, is the same thing? You know, it was viewed in that way in your community?
Yes, pretty much as high school. But by the time I reached to mid-teenage years, you probably heard of a stabbing here and there. You didn't really know the person. Like, as in today's climate, we all probably know someone that's been stabbed, or we've all been affected by someone by a knife crime, you know, in some way or another.
Collective trauma.
But when I was in school, if you heard of someone being stabbed, it was not anybody you knew. It was so rare. It would be, you know, it wouldn't be anyone you knew, so you didn't really...
It's at a distance.
Yes, exactly. Whereas now, in today's society, it's in your face.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's face.
It's close,
you know?
man.
To the point where 8-year-olds are going to school with knives.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know, upon a different level, them, you know, these things, you know, because you have social psychologists and all these people and financial people who look at society and how a community is evolving or growing. So, you know, they can spot these indicators in other societies.
That's cool.
Way down the line, you know.
These people are getting paid wages, so they're not doing it because they care, innit? Yeah, they're doing a job. They're doing a job.
Listen,
and when you see people doing jobs nowadays, people don't do jobs like they care about their job. They just do what they have to do.
Yeah. Well, we'll come to that.
They do what they have to do.
We're going to come to them shortly. I just want to get a little bit more of a background on you and kind of your experience. So you're saying up to your high school years, it wasn't commonplace. It was still looked at as something which you have to almost refer to as a freak incident. An alarming freak incident. It's not something that you're hearing regularly, and when you do hear, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. It wasn't something that was on our radar as kids.
You
know, it wasn't something that was on our radar, man. It's just
man.
like the same way the paedophile thing now. It wasn't on our radar as kids. These things weren't on our radar as kids.
Blessed.
We were innocent kids.
Blessed.
In an innocent world as far as we were concerned.
Listen,
you know?
but hear me. You see the knife thing and the pedophile thing, you can't put it in the same bracket because the pedophiles were always they were always there. They were always there. It's just that it wasn't public. Whereas all I know.
What I'm saying is, if you go into a school now, if you go into school today, every single kid will be wary and will know.
But what I'm saying is,
if you stepped into my school when I was in school and said pedophile and knife crime, no one even knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, but hear what I'm saying.
You know?
Hear what I'm saying. There's a difference between an activity taking place and not being known as compared to an activity taking place and being known. So what I'm saying is the knife crime, it was we didn't know about it because, or for what you're saying is, it wasn't happening. So it wasn't.
There's always been knife crime,
not on this level.
You know?
Yeah, all right. So we're saying the same thing. So I'm saying the level of knife crime now, back in the days, it's not comparable. Is what you're saying?
No. It's not comparable to now.
What I'm saying with the pedophilia thing, that was always there big. It's only that it's becoming out, but it was always big.
I don't mean it in that way. I mean it in the way as us as school kids.
Yes, man.
We were unaware of these things. We were unaware of these things. We didn't even know what the words meant. You know?
I get you 100%. So What was your life's journey when you leave school then?
When I left school, I had kids, and I was a single father, and I raised my kids, and I have my businesses, and I just get on with life, you know?
Yeah.
I get on with life, and then I have my wife, and I live with my wife, and we're happy, and we do our thing, and, you know, we have grandkids now, and we're all happy, but we're worried about the society and the future.
So what draw you then? So what draw you into this side of things then, in terms of trying to do some, because you collect, you're gonna tell us what it is you do, but I'm interested, what was there a catalyst for this?
Yeah, well, I lived in Woburn Forest at the time in the end of 2018, and then the beginning of 2019, Jada Moody was murdered on January the 10th, and that was just around the corner from my house. And then just after that, Jodie Chesley was murdered in a park up in Harold Hill, Harold Wood. I was getting mixed up, but just out on the borders of London, by Essex there, Havering. And then you had Ricardo Fuller murdered in Ilford. And at the same time, there were 260 police officers in my borough. And then overnight, there were only 60 police officers all of a sudden.
Whoa.
So it just happened. It just was so obvious that all these stabbings, everything that's going on, everybody is concerned and worried for their kids because of the knife crime and everything. And now there's no police. It's like it's magnified. You know, the fears are magnified.
Yeah, man.
So it was just blatantly obvious that we have to fend for ourselves as a community and unite together to make sure that our communities are safer and that our kids aren't getting murdered every day. So I went online, and obviously a lot of people wanted to get involved. So we had a little demonstration, and I thought of a demonstration where I could get the media involved, and they hooked them in, and they took the bait, and then we blew up from there, and we went out and done events every week. That's what we've done, you know.
Yeah, man. It's interesting, some of the points you make, especially when you make the correlation between numbers of police and crime, because in America, when America first started, they didn't have police. So this is why they said everybody should have a gun. And so when you look in this society now, maybe there's people who are saying the same thing, that we don't have police, so we need to take the matters into our own hands.
Well, this is what the major problem is now, and has been for a couple of years now. Exactly what you just said, you hit the nail on the head. Because what's happening now, you've got more people that arm themselves because they're scared or want to defend themselves than there are bad people carrying knives. But for the wrong reasons. So you've got so many youths carrying knives and going to school. So I think in a year it was recorded that 15,000 youths under 16 were found in possession of knives in schools in England. Now,
you can repeat that number. You can repeat that number for me.
15,000 youths under the age of 16 inside schools were caught with knives in schools. In England, within a year. And now the problem for me, or for the society, is it's not just youths. Now I find I'm on the streets all day, every day, and I go around communities. And the most common people who carry knives now are 45 to 55-year-old men. They're sick of the government. They're sick of society, and they want to be able to protect themselves. And a lot of them carry knives, and you wouldn't know it. And they don't go to use a knife unless they was provoked or attacked. But, people carry knives to protect themselves now.
You're saying that they're, as far as you know, you don't do no research deeply to say confidently yes or no, but you're saying from your experience, the low police numbers kind of forces people to respond in this way.
Yes, this is how it is, and people respond to how the society is. And if you're going to take the police away, then they're going to have to defend themselves. So that's what they're doing.
Sure.
You know, but the problem there is If you pull out a knife on someone, you have 33% chance of being stabbed with your own knife. These are facts and statistics. And if you carry a knife, if you're a knife carrier, somebody who carries a knife has got 80% more chance of being involved in knife crime. Becoming a victim. So these are facts and statistics. So carrying a knife isn't defending yourself; it's putting yourself in more danger.
Yeah, man.
That's what facts and statistics say. Because the thing is, imagine you're walking down the street, you've got your knife because you're just in case of protection, just in case something happens one day, you walk with a knife. One day something happens, you pull out your knife, you've never even used a knife before.
Yeah, sure.
But this guy or whoever has probably used a knife before, and so you're putting yourself in danger and you're the underdog straight away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So it's not good to carry a knife, man. It's not protecting yourself and putting yourself in more danger.
So,
and facts and figures like these and information and education like this is what the government should be doing. Especially in schools and places like that. But they're not. They don't care.
Yeah. And, we'll get onto this more, but, the care has to start at home as well, because sometimes, sometimes we have over-reliance and naivety.
I feel like you know already because I wanted to get onto that. You can't just blame the police, the government, etc.
Yeah.
You have to start at home with parenting.
Man.
So it's the parenting at first. It falls the responsibility with parenting. But the problem we had 20 years ago, we had kids having kids.
Yeah, man.
There was literally a spout of teenagers having kids. So now these teenagers are about 30, 35 years old who have got kids who are about 20 years old and the kids are off the rails because they were brought up by kids.
Generalization, of course. There are some good teenage parents. So, those series of murders, that got you into it and you started to kind of make some movement. So what would you say has been the things that have surprised you the most?
The things that have surprised me? I think it's shocking to everybody how life crimes is ignored by the authorities, the government, the mayor, just everybody. How little is done. You go along to schools and you'll see pride events and this, that, and the other. You'll see no knife crime education, nothing. Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you've got time for pride events and stuff like that. And it just shows you what matters to our authorities and how the state of our society.
Yeah.
People are dying every day, kids are dying, and you don't want to put even just some leaflets. I spend a whole heap of money on hundreds of thousands of leaflets.
Yeah.
To give to the community, to put in doors, to go door to door, put them in their letterboxes, to put in schools, to educate the kids. And I do so much and spend so much money on hundreds of thousands of leaflets. Now, why has our government not put leaflets into schools or have something going on in schools to teach kids the life skills they need in today's society? And to teach them safety and knife crime safety and safety in the community and stuff like that. But you'll go to school and they'll be teaching them about being gay and transsexual and all that stuff. I just don't get it, mate.
Yeah. Well, there's, without going on the path of too many theories, sometimes it's by design, whether this is the case, I don't know. I'm just saying, when you look at things historically, a lot more information is available. Like, for instance, the CIA, they brought crack into the black community. If you told people at the time, they say, you're a madman, what are you talking about? So it's only now they fess up to that. So sometimes, it's by design, sometimes it's not. But you can work on the information at hand, So is this a black thing, this knife crime?
Is it a black thing? The thing is, 74% of knife crime in England and Wales is committed by white people. Yeah? If you go to areas like Surrey, which are predominantly white, the knife crime figures rose by 600% in 5 years. So it's rising everywhere. So it's not a black thing. The problem we have in this country is that everything that's reported by the media is concentrated on London, and everything like London is predominantly ethnic minorities really nowadays, you know. So the whole country gets the wrong conception of what's really going on in their country, you know, due to the media concentration on London. Yeah. So it's like you.
So what is the real picture?
I will find there'll be 10 stabbings tomorrow. Yeah, 3 will be in London, 7 will be in the middle of the countryside somewhere. The 7 in the countryside, you won't hear about.
Yeah.
You won't hear about them. You won't even know about them.
Yeah.
You know.
So what is a more accurate picture of that people should have of the United Kingdom in regards knife crime?
The more accurate picture is nobody in the authority seems to give a damn. We are left to fend for ourselves. It's not a good idea to carry a knife because it makes you worse off. So we have to protect ourselves, protect our children the best way we can. And as a community, we need to unite. So that's why I formed Bin Knife Saves Lives. We are an anti-knife crime organisation, but we are the community united. You know, we're not just an organisation. We are the whole community. Yeah. So if you ask me who's on the Bin Knife Saves Lives team, I couldn't tell you because there's hundreds of people.
Okay.
We are the whole community. Everybody helps.
Okay,
you
that's
know?
great. Yeah, man.
I'm just a conductor.
Okay.
I'm just a conductor, and everybody else helps. The orchestra all do their bit. You
know. Given your knowledge about where knife crime takes place, is there any, and what you've just said about the news being London centric, is there any truth to wanting to leave London and go someplace quieter? Are there quieter places, or is this an inner city problem throughout the United Kingdom?
What it is, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So it don't matter where you move to, it's still going to be knife crime and stuff, you know? Obviously, when you're in cities, it's more prevalent. Everything's faster, everything's more common, you know? Yeah. So it is a lot more in cities. Yeah. But you're not escaping it by moving out to anywhere else.
Okay.
You know, you're not escaping it. It's everywhere, man.
And you have links outside of London?
I have links nationwide.
Okay.
Due to my Bin Knife Saves Lives, we've been all over the country. I've been on most TV channels, most countries. I've been on the TV in most countries in the world. So we're very well known. We spread awareness nationwide. We work in schools nationwide. Predominantly, we do our events, taking knives off the streets and visiting gangs and stuff in London and surrounding areas. We have done a couple other areas too, but we're constricted by money. We can only do what we can do with donations donated by the public. We get no funding. We've never had a penny. Literally, I funded this out of my own pocket, and we got some donations from a lot of my supporters. You know, it got to the point where we had to close down because the money dried up. We weren't getting no funding or nothing. Yeah. But now we've got X amount of people. Everybody wants to get back out there, get back to work, get back in the schools, do what we need to do to reduce knife crime. But the problem is we haven't got the cash. So we're relying on the public to start donating. If every member of the public who said what a great job we're doing donated £5, we'd have enough money to work for a whole year all over London and reduce knife crime everywhere, you know?
Yeah, we'll come back to that point. I see you express your disappointment in government policy, and in particular Keir Starmer. Khan. I see on your social media you talk quite disappointed about him.
It's not just to be Khan, it's everybody that's in power, everybody, all of them. Khan, Keir Starmer, Boris Johnson, go back, way back, just all of them. Yeah. They don't give a damn. They just care about their wages and their expenses and their £12,000 a roll wallpaper and all this kind of stuff, you know? Yeah. They don't care about us, man.
Yeah.
They don't care about us. If they cared about us or the society that is London or that is the UK, they would have at least changed some laws. Some obvious laws. The whole country is screaming for certain laws to be changed.
Well, and
they don't do anything.
When you think about how brutal business is, you know, if I was, for instance, I'm just going to just share a thought. If I was a person who owned a mortuary and sold the lights and all of that paraphernalia to bury people, and I had money, I would buy politicians that increase the likelihood of me burying people because I make more money the more I bury. So, this is again, sometimes I'm saying there are forces and pull factors that we have to be,
It's designed, man.
Well, I'm not saying it's designed, I'm just saying that when something has to be tackled, if the political will seems to pop up out of nowhere. Listen, do you think, because this is something I've said, and many a time, that especially in the black community, we have it in dancehall music, we have it in rap music, we have it in UK music, where there is both objectification and basically bragging about selling drugs and killing people. And I have to wonder, well, how does this music influence people's behavior now? You've just said that one of the rising hold on. You just said one of the rising groups to carry knives is people 45 and up. So they're probably not listening to what a teenager is listening to. But I'm still curious on how music reinforces behavior or challenges thinking.
Yeah. Okay, what happens is you got the grime and the rap and this, that and the other. And the youth, they worship that music, So they all make their own thing and go on like they're a little gang when they're not a gang, they're just making their music, some of them, but they appear to be a gang to others, so then they get stabbed. This is what's happening on the streets, man. Like, you've got gangs who make music and they do their music to annoy other gangs or whatever, to provoke other gangs, and you've got kids who are just coming off the streets to do music, nothing to do with gangs, but are doing the same kind of music, and then they're also all of a sudden seen as a gang, so someone will come over and stab them, and it's just all crazy out there.
Okay.
And with the youth, the music is a big thing, but it's not the reason why they're carrying knives and stabbing each other. The reason is deeper than that. They're allowed to carry knives. They're allowed to get away with everything. They're allowed to go to prison and have a great time in prison. Come on, man. There's no deterrent. There's no anything. There's no police on the streets. There's no one to tell them anything.
Yeah.
And then when they end up in prison, they're having a great time in there. I don't know if you've seen any of the latest videos on the press in the last month, but, I wouldn't even mind going to prison. If I was single, I'm thinking, boy, prison looks like a good option. But you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy what goes on in prison. They're having parties, drugs, sex, the whole lot, man. It's crazy. And it's supposed to be a deterrent. It ain't a deterrent.
I can hear people saying, well, from you take the Lord's Prayer out of school, it all declined. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying some people might be saying...
Honestly, my friend, I see people in prison, and because they're in prison, their friend want to go to prison too.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy, party. Bro.
Well, something. Something. If you look at crime, just say crime, not even nice crime, but if you look at it financially, capitalism. It doesn't have an answer. This form of capitalism, it doesn't have an answer.
They need crime. Every authority, all the authorities, every area needs crime. Yeah, they need crime so they can cause fear in the area, so they can then make it look good on themselves if they're decreasing the crime. Yeah. This is what they try to do. But the thing is, it's got to the point where they chat waffle, and the community. The public believes anything they say. Let me take 1 year, for example, 2018. It's very well documented, and it's very well publicised about with me as well, exposing them. In 2018, in Borough of Waltham Forest alone, so the violence reduction guy there in charge is called Ansar Khan or something like that. Ansar Khan. Now, when I questioned him, he stated that he spent 2.2 million in 1 year on safety in Waltham Forest, in the Borough of Waltham Forest. Now I spent about 12 grand in that year, and knife crime reduced by 34% in Waltham Forest, which at the time was the second worst borough after Croydon in London, yeah? And I reduced knife crime by 34% in Waltham Forest, whilst it rose in every other borough in London, yeah? Now, under Sar Khan, he tried to say that he spent 2.2 million on safety in the borough, and that the figures were due to him. That's what he tried to say. He tried to take the credit for the work that me and Billy Lives Saves Lives have done, yeah? And then it transpired that, I can't remember the exact figure, but it was around about £250,000 of that money had gone missing and unanswered for. Yeah, it's all in the paper. People can Google this. You can find out. It's all in the paper. It was in the Waltham Forest Echo. It's all been in there. And there's loads of things since then that Waltham Forest Council have been in the papers for that have been so dodgy, and they've been to court, they've been taken to court, it's been in the news. Honestly, mate, they don't do anything for the community anymore. It's all for themselves. Yeah, all of these councils are for themselves. They do nothing for the communities. You look at the communities, where's your youth centres? Where's your facilities for disabled? Where's your sickle cell centre? Where's this, that and the other that you used to have? And they were all blatantly everywhere when we were growing up. Where's all these things gone? Where's the police stations? Where's the police? Now, fair enough, all these things have gone, but where's the money gone that we were spending on all these things? Where's the money going now?
Yeah, man.
It's disappeared. Where's it going?
Yeah, man. While governments have never spent enough money in our communities, austerity through 14 years of Tory government has done significant damage. It is this that Courtney is referring to.
Where's the money that funded all these things? Where's the money? Because we must be saving a whole heap of money. We've shutting loads of police stations, so much less police, no youth centres, no disabled facilities, nothing for the blind, nothing for people with sickle cell. Where's all the money now?
Yeah, man.
Where's it going? On people's wallpaper? Where's it going?
Then call it managed decline. If it is managed. But look here, Courtney. What are some of the things that you did to reduce the knife crime in Waltham Forest?
Well, we do a lot. We have 11 strategies that we use to reduce knife crime. There are a lot of people that we need to reach, yeah? So, first of all, we need to reach parents, yeah? So, we need to educate parents on the facts and figures. Once we do that, then they make their own choices. And it just so happens, once they know the facts and figures, and they learn what's what, that they then decide to bin their excess kitchen knives. Because what happens, the kids who are scared, they get bullied at school or whatever, or they're scared for whatever reason, will take a knife from the kitchen drawer. And that's what kids are doing. So if you've got 10 sharp knives in your drawer, nobody's going to notice if your son took a knife to school this morning.
Sure.
You know, but if you've only got the 3 or 4 knives that you actually need, that you actually use, and that's all you need, then only have 3 or 4 knives, and you'll notice if one's gone missing, or just have a knife block. You know, you'll notice if one's gone missing. So this is what we do. We educate the parents. That's one of the things we do.
And how do you carry out that activity of educating the parents, Courtney? A lot of the listeners will be really interested to know.
That activity there, we go around door to door in the communities, everywhere. We go around door to door, knocking door to door, speaking to every single household for 2 or 3 minutes, educating them and spreading awareness, and that's what we do. You know,
man. Yeah, man. We can't see it now, man. We can't see it now.
For us, this is one of the most important aspects of what we do, because it's the parents you've got to get through to. You know, if you can get through to the parents, it has a good effect, you know?
Yeah, man. I guess so it starts, man.
Yeah, man. And then outside the train station or down the high street, and we'll advertise in advance, and people can come and bin their knives in our bin at a certain place, you know? So we do that also. The other thing we do, we go around, we visit gangs, and we mentor gang members, and we are genuine. We give them hope, and we show them there is a way you can succeed in life, and we want to help you. And we enroll them into courses or work placements, and we give them ongoing support, and we turn their lives around, you know. Yeah,
the social work, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's everything, man. It's everything, you know. We do so much stuff. We go and visit community leaders. So we'll go to, I don't know, in my area, you've got the Mali gang, yeah. So we'll go to the elders, the Somalians at the social centre, the elders, and when you speak to the elders,
the Mali gang are the Somalians, right?
Yeah, they're very well known. They're very notorious in East London. And basically, we go and speak with the elders. Now, the gang members, especially Somalians, they don't listen to nobody, but they always respect and listen to the elders. So we go and talk to the elders. That's the kind of thing we do. We just try to do so much stuff to make the community safer. We also put bleed control kits. Bleed control kits, they're lifesavers, yeah? Bleed control kits are what ambulances have, yeah? So if you're stabbed right now and you call the ambulance on average, the ambulance will be with you in 15 minutes. After 6 minutes, you would have died. Yeah, you would have bled out and died. So what we do, we put bleed control kits in pubs all over England. So if you're anywhere near a pub and get stabbed, and if anybody phones 999 and you're near a pub, near one of our pubs where there's a bleed kit, the ambulance will direct you to the pub to get the bleed kit. Right. So you can save the person's life before the ambulance arrives, you know?
See?
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff.
Good intervention, man. That's a very good intervention, man. So is there a way of checking which pubs have and which don't have? Not that, information will just help,
This is the thing. I couldn't even tell you every pub that I put them in. Basically, when somebody phones 999, if you're within 5 minutes of a bleed kit, the ambulance will direct you to the bleed kit.
Yeah, man.
And they stay on the phone with you and they help you through dealing with the victim, you know?
Yes, man.
So it's a brilliant thing that saves loads of lives.
Man, impressive.
And they trialled it in America for a month and they found it to save 90% of stab victims' lives. 90% more. You know? Man. So we try to get these all over the place. You want them in pubs, in schools, clubs, all over England. So hopefully, if we get them everywhere, there'll be a network of them, all within 3 minutes of each other. So anyone ever gets stabbed, there's always help near, close by, you know?
Yeah. And
the amount of money that gets wasted by our governments and that, why are they not doing this? Why am I having to do this?
I was interested to hear from Courtney about other initiatives that he and his team uses.
We do everything, man. We go to schools, we go to youth centres and do talks. We support victims. So we support 20 victims. We support 16 of them. We support loads, and they're part of the team. That's including Ricky Hayden's family, Jaden Moody. There's loads of them that have been murdered, and we support. And it's heartbreaking, and that's the hardest part of what we do and what I do, because it's very emotional and hard to get attached to these people, you know. And it's very hard to deal with. But we've got to do what we can for the victims and for the future victims and for the future of our society and for ourselves and for our kids, you know?
Yeah, man.
We do as much as we can, my man. We do everything possible, you know?
So listen, in terms of you being traumatized, I did a motorcycle ride to some of these spots before where some of the youths them get killed to do some awareness at one point. And after a while, it started to creeping, you read the story, you're standing where them get stabbed and everything. So who've been doing this long time, how it affect you?
How's it affected me? It's made me I don't know, it's emotionally, like I just said to you with the victims, it affected me emotionally a lot, yeah? But apart from that, it just showed me how little that lives and us people mean to the authorities, those in power. We don't mean anything to them. That's what's the major thing for me from starting doing this, is open my eyes to all that.
Yeah, man.
I deal with knife crime. Right? But the problem is it's led to politics. Now, why is knife crime? Why, in what universe would knife crime have to become political? Like, knife crime is something that should be dealt with. You shouldn't take politics to have to deal with it. You know? It should just be dealt with. It's supposed to be one of our safety first. We're supposed to be safe. But nobody cares. And then, like I said, you got pride events at schools, you got gender-neutral toilets, you got green spaces, you got roadblocks and LTNs, you got bicycle lanes. Great. Where is our safety? Yeah. I don't want to use none of these things. I don't want none of these things, if I'm not safe, innit?
Well, me hear a man say it's called a criminal justice system because it's run by criminals. That quote came from Jordan Maxwell.
Yeah, it seems that way, my man. It seems that way.
Yeah,
and it just seems to me that I don't know what it is. Why do people vote for these people? What is it? What is it about red and blue? Everybody always votes for them. And then for 4 years, they'll straighten them off. But they still vote for them.
Yeah, but you know, the people who run these campaigns, these PR people, they're very skilled, They're very skilled. They're very skilled. I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger say on a video about being a vegan that he was told that he had to eat meat to get big. So that's why he ate so much meat. And he doesn't eat meat. I don't think he eats meat anymore. And he's saying that's marketing. The marketing got to him. So, we can't be fooled, And the moment we think we cannot be fooled, is we're probably most vulnerable. Check out the movie The Game Changers for more on that interview.
The whole country's being fooled, man. The whole country's being fooled. Yeah. And they're very susceptible to be fooled as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, they know the politics of fear. And what kind of support do you get in trying to reduce knife crime on our behalf?
Right. As I said, we're Binning Knives Saves Lives. We're a community organisation. We need all the community on board. I can't do this alone. I can do what I do on the streets. I can get my teams to do what they're doing. But we need the community to help. We need the support. We need donations. We don't get any funding. We literally, I think we've got £90. We need to raise £5,000 so that we can get out to work and do everything we need to do in the community to reduce knife crime. But the thing is, we don't get any donations. I'm good at what I do on the streets. I'm not good at the online stuff and the fundraising. I don't even know how to do that, but I try my best. But it's like, you imagine in 2 weeks we've raised £90. So that means to reach our target at that rate, it's going to take us a year.
And I'm sure you're thinking, how can you as a listener get involved?
Well, people can get involved by, we are looking to have teams in every borough across London. So if you want to come out and have a good time and help others, and have a good social time as well with the Binning Knives Saves Lives family, please do get in touch. You can email me at binningknivessaveslives@gmail.com.
Say it again slowly.
Binning Knives Saves Lives @gmail.com.
Beautiful.
You can get in touch there. Don't write no long email. I'll reply to you. You don't have to write no long rubbish. Just put your name and whatever, and I'll get back to you. I know that you're
no war and peace.
And also, we need as many donations as possible because we can't work without donations.
That was my next question.
£2, £5, whatever you can afford. If everybody can donate a little bit and we all do our part, it will be brilliant and we'll make such a difference and reduce knife crime and save lives.
How can people donate?
If you want to donate to safe communities, you can donate via our PayPal, which is binningknivessaveslives@gmail.com. It's the same email address for our PayPal.
Okay.
We've also got a GoFundMe page. I don't know the figures of it, the numbers and figures, but you can put in, I suspect if you put in GoFundMe, Binning Knives Saves Lives, I'm sure you'll find our campaign and can donate to us through our GoFundMe. Otherwise, they can go on my TikTok or my Facebook or wherever and they can find our GoFundMe details.
What are your socials details?
Social media. So you'll find me as, my name on Facebook is CJ Renzo. That's RENZO, CJ Renzo. And everywhere else, you can put in the Knife Man Courtney Barrett. And you'll find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. My YouTube isn't, forget my YouTube, that's not sorted out yet, and I think I'm banned at the moment. But that comes hand in hand with knife crime. You always get banned for posting stuff.
Okay.
You can donate via PayPal, binningknivessaveslives@gmail.com, or you can find me online, Courtney Barrett, the Knife Man Courtney Barrett. Just put the Knife Man Courtney Barrett in the Google bar. I'm sure you'll find all my socials. Yeah, guys, and it'd be great if we could get a lot of you to join in with our teams. We have such great time, and we have great time going around with the public, and and talking to youth and parents alike. It makes a difference. It makes such a difference, and we have a great time doing it. When we finish our events, we go for a drink together and have a yap and all that. We have a good day. People think we're working hard, but we're not working hard. We enjoy what we're doing. It needs to be done.
Interacting with people,
We're good at what we do, so it's our responsibility to get out there and do it. So that's what we do.
And it's an opportunity for people to build their interactive skills with public.
Oh yeah, listen, we have people in our team. I don't know if you look at my videos, you'll see we have kids, we have older ladies, and a couple of ladies who are very how should we say they're a bit timid, but they come along and they're lovely now, and they come out their shell. Everybody, we're all like beautiful. A family,
Yeah,
we're all like a family, man.
Yeah.
So it's great stuff, and it's great what we do, but we just need community help and people to get on board because the government aren't getting on board and funding us. So we need the community to get on board with us and help us.
Well, you're doing You're doing a fabulous, community spirited and originated job. So that is it's more important to celebrate that and talk about the government still.
Now you know how to get involved. And what music does Courtney Knifeman Barrett listen to help him relax?
For those of you who don't know me, I used to be a drum and bass MC. I was known as the Hyper MC, and I used to do a bit of garage in that as well. But the music I listen to probably is... I listen to a bit of everything, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I listen to a bit of everything.
Okay.
I don't listen to drum and bass as much no more because my wife hates it and doesn't let me. But we listen to a bit of garage, R&B, a bit of this and that.
Okay. Well, until the next time, give thanks, Courtney.
Yeah, bless, man. You stay safe and take care.
Yeah,
and
man.
all you listeners, same goes for you. Take care, stay safe, look out for each other, and make sure your youths are all good and well, yeah. Make sure, man, because trust me, it's a mad place out there on the streets, man, and anything can happen at any time to any of us.
Yeah,
that's why we want you to get involved and support what we're doing. Get the donations in so we can go out and work. Please donate and enable us to get out and work and make your community safer.
Yeah,
love, everyone. Thank you very much for having me on.
No problem. Love to the family, yeah?
Thank you so much. You take care, my brethren.
Blessed.
Nice one.
Blessed. Little more.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.
Many miles to rest. I'll do what I can do. Many homes to build, families to mend.
The beautiful soul known as Courtney Knifeman Barrett sets out what I think is his life-defining work of reducing knife crime in the United Kingdom. Courtney Knifeman Barrett, go and big up his status. And please do get involved. He's looking for help, for funding, for volunteers, for energy. It's your community too. Whether it's Jamaica, whether it's America, whether it's United Kingdom or Africa, we've got to own our spaces. According to the latest figures, the number of knife-related offences in England and Wales rose to 49,489 in 2023, up from 46,153 in 2022, although this number is still 3% lower than the pre-pandemic peak of 51,206 in 2019. The uptrend is concerning, especially with a 20% increase in robberies involving knives. That is from aoav.org.uk. The majority of knife crimes are related to assault and robbery, responsible for 44.8% and 41.3% of knife crimes, respectively. Threats with knives are also common, coming in at 11.3% of reported knife crime offenses. The most serious instances of crime, including sexual assault, homicide, and attempted murder, are less common, totaling 2.6% of all knife offenses. Make of that what you will. And that is from ChurchillSupportServices.com. Listen, I hope you feel part of the vibrations, because you definitely are. And until the next time, walk good. This is Kush-I and the 1-2 beat.